All right. Hey, everybody. It is Monday, about, I don't know, probably about 1 o'clock, 1:30. We didn't come live this weekend. We had a busy weekend. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. It ended up being a pretty weekend. We had a little rain Saturday morning, but we had a lot going on in Cedartown this weekend with the Ham and Egg Day breakfast and then the Arts Festival downtown. So we didn't have an opportunity Saturday, and of course Sundays is always a blur, it seems like, with being a pastor. So we wanted to give you an update on Moores, so we wanted to come down here today, give you an idea of what's going on. We're finally getting some things moving along. So y'all come in, let me show you what's happening. Over the past couple weeks, not a lot had happened, but beginning this weekend, and I'm gonna get Jennifer to show you, we began to get some things done. As you can see, we have spray foamed the cavity space between the first and second floor. That's really not for insulation as much as it is for soundproofing between the second and the first floors. Something else I want to show you. We're in the process of beginning our HVAC. These are units that will be outside. These are actually for downstairs. And I'll come again on another video. I'll give you an update on what's going on upstairs as well, because the heating and air guys are up there working right now. But I'll show you what we got going on. We still got a bunch of mess in here. I'm hoping to get this out of here sometime this week. You can see it looks a little dusty in here right now. There's a reason for that. The masons are back here working, and we're building a wall that's going to be the separation wall between the kitchen and the hallway. Jennifer gets on to me for saying corridor. But the hallway that'll go to our back entrance. So you can see this little bit of dust in here, and that's the reason for that. You can see that we framed these walls right here. This is going to be the new restrooms in our restaurant. There'll be a corridor or a hallway. Of course, it's very dark back here right now because we don't have any temporary lights, but there'll be 2 restrooms here, full-size ADA bathrooms. This will be a custodial closet. At the end of this hall, it'll just have our stuff in it for cleaning and that sort of thing. So, but as you can see, we got some things going. We did put our tiebacks in. You can see right here, and I apologize for jumping around, but things hit my head. You can see this rod. I don't know if you can see that up there, but we put 4 of those across the building just to give it some extra support. The way these buildings were built is pretty interesting. You can kind of see they just lay block around the floor system, or not block, but brick. And over time, this one didn't show signs of it, but over time you will see in some of these old buildings that around the masonry, because the masonry absorbs water over time, they will begin to rot. This one had not done that yet, but we probably will run a ledger angle under the bottom of those just for good measure. These, like I said, this building was built in 1906, and structurally it's been a great building other than the deflection in this floor. But that's the only thing we found so far. Now, you're gonna hear some racket back here when we go back here. You can see where I've torn out the floor right here. This will all be poured in concrete from this location to the back. Will all be poured back up even. This will be our washroom, I guess you would say. This is where our dishwashing station will be and all that kind of stuff. This wall that you see them laying back here, this wall right here is the separation wall between our new hallway, and this will all be kitchen area over here. This kitchen will pour up to this elevation, which is even with our floor up front. But now our hallway will be a long ramp. It'll ramp all the way back down to the outside level at the sidewalk. So you can see that we've got things coming along finally. We're beginning to make a little bit of progress.
Smells like home.
Kind of does, don't it? Jennifer's daddy was a mason, so She's used to smelling them blocks getting cut and stuff. But we just wanted to come to you live, give you an update, let you know what's going on. To give you another update, I've met with some suppliers on the outside windows already. We have picked out our booths and all of our equipment. We've got most of our equipment already sorted out and either purchased or in the process of being purchased. So things should start moving pretty rapidly now. It took a few weeks for it to get wrapped around, my head wrapped around what we were going to do. But now that we know what we're going to do, you'll start seeing some progress over the next several weeks pretty quickly. So thank you guys for joining me. And again, I'll go up top and give you an update up there here in just a few minutes. Bye.